is my Knull Nimrod deck. One Yondu, one Bucky, one Venom, one Lockjaw, one Killmonger, one Wave, one Jubilee, one Shang-Chi, one Nimrod, one Armzola, one Knull, and one Destroyer. So that's the deck. Let's go into some gameplays. So, obviously the main goal is to destroy a whole bunch of your cards so that way you can play Knull for really strong. Idealistically, you want to get Knull into play early to the effects of Lockjaw or Jubilee or Wave. So that's why all three cards in the deck to help you turbo out and get Knull onto the field. And idealistically, you want to destroy a whole bunch of cards, then use Armzola on Knull to make 2 copies of Knull on on other lanes, so you can win 2 lanes, right? But a lot of times that line of play doesn't tend to play out, as you'll see. A lot of times you'll just be doing the Armzola Venom play where, you know, you're popping a lot of stuff, you're absorbing it with Venom, right? And then you're using Armzola on Venom, and then Venom starts grabbing more stuff. Like, as you can see, I got Nimrod, so obviously, and there goes Knull, so that worked out pretty great. So you're definitely going to get to see some Venom Nimrod play in here. Shang-Chi, of course, is to help us KO any big threats like Gigantus, the token from the Monster Island and stuff like that, you know, obviously, or just any Devi Dinosaur, all that kind of stuff. So we can, you know, absorb the power for our Nimrod. So that's the obvious reason he's in the deck. Plus, he helps counter our opponent's Nimrod if we ever need to. But here's our Venom play. So, trying to get some extra power, throw it into Knull. You can see we're just getting more power into Knull. So Knull is at 15 power now. And then we hit magic, so for more power. So he's at 19 now. Now we have the Armzola play. It will either hit Nimrod or it will hit Venom. So one of the two. But because it's Sinister London, we're going to have the opportunity to play an extra copy of Armzola. So we'll see what happens. Our opponent scoops, so we don't get to see what happens. But we already winning all 3 lanes, so that's part of why he just scooped. But it would have been interesting to see how Armzola was going to play out. But as you can see, I pretty much played every card. You know, I played the Zola, I played the Nimrod, I played the Knull, so a lot of the key cards were played. All thanks to Jubilee and Lockjaw. And that's what I tend to do. I play Lockjaw and then I play Jubilee right afterwards. As you can see, I got Lockjaw and Jubilee. So turn 3, you'll want to Lockjaw, turn 4, you want to Jubilee. And then after that, you know, some Venom play or Nimrod. And then, you know, Venom, the Nimrod, late game if need be. Nimrod is kind of like our Dr. Doom. It helps spread out some power, but also feeds into our Venom, feeds into our, when it gets popped, obviously, it feeds into our Knull. It just depends how things play out. Obviously, we have Wave and Armzola, so that could be something we could play into. So of course we're setting up the Lockjaw, and we have the Jubilee, so we can go Lockjaw Jubilee and see what we get out of that. We drew the Nimrod, so we're not getting on Nimrod off the Jubilee. Opponent plays Brood. We get Destroyer. So at least we got some destruction out of this. And of course, we use Venom on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Nimrod. And then we can go Armazola, right? Which can hit either our Nimrod or hit our Destroyer. And either way will trigger our Nimrod. So we can go Armazola and see how that plays out. Or we can go Venom and then play some other stuff to take advantage of the fact that Nimrod is definitely going to go off. Because we're already winning in this lane here on the far left. So why not try to win one other lane and go that route instead of trying to see if we can win with Armazola shenanigans, right? So that's more luck based this week. Now, actually, I should have put the wave in the middle just to secure the middle because there's already a lot of power on the far right. So that right there, see that ultra right there, definitely won them the far right lane. I could have lost the middle lane, but I won. But I could have lost the middle lane, so I should have put the wave in the middle. So there's that. So I won, but could have played safer. Could have played better. You know, it happens. So in this game, let's see. I think this was the game that I lost. Yeah, this is the rock game. I think I came close. I mean, with those rocks getting into the deck makes it really hard to, draw into your strategy. Obviously, one of the weaknesses, or one of the issues to playing this deck will be stuff like anti-destruction, obviously, like armor and stuff like that. Essentially going in a mirror match, right? Going up against somebody who's also playing Knull can be a problem because we're feeding into their Knull for them, so they could play other things instead since we're feeding their Knull for them. So there's our Winter Soldier. So there's a play there. Want to start getting some lockjaw plays, try to see if we can get our Knull out. But with the rocks going into the deck, the likelihood of getting Knull is very slim. We got wave, so we at least can Armazola, which seems to be the best play so far. We could have set Armazola in the center and wait late game and see what happens. See if we can take advantage of using him late game. But we went straight into Pageman. Magic hits the field, so it's like, alright, extra turns is good. Hopefully you get in and draw into Knull, right? That would be idealistic to get into the Knull. So we got Jubilees, like, this could be a Knull, or it could be a Destroyer. That would be salty. But that won't trigger until late game. She hits the field. It's like, alright, final turn. Then still didn't draw into Knull, which would have been nice to draw into Knull because that would have definitely won us a lane. So just throwing cards down just because there's not much left to do. Double check. That's like, oh yeah, my face down is Jubilee. And they pop a good amount of stuff, so if I got Knull, that would be nice. I get Nimrod instead, then this happens. That's what, yeah. He had a good play. I can just... He had a good play. So he weakened my board while strengthening his. So that's how I lost that one. But it happens. He pulled off his strategy. I did not pull off mine. You win some, you lose some. It's another game. Should be the last one. Sometimes you win with Knull, Nimrod and Destroyer. Sometimes you wave into Destroyer, pop some stuff. Idealistically, pop your what is it called? The guy. Yeah, it's funny I'm saying the guy. Bucky. There he is, Bucky, right? So if we get wave here, that'd be nice because then we can wave into Destroyer. Destroyer can pop Bucky, and then see there's wave, so we can wave there. I think that's the play we try and go for, is wave into Destroyer, so that way we can set off Bucky, and then our opponent also waved, so they have a strategy. Oh yeah, this is the Galactus play, right? I think that's what it was. My opponent waves into Galactus. Yeah. See, I played Nimrod. Good thing I did. I think this was a good thing for me, because he Galactuses. So that was a thing. Good thing I rerolled first. That way my Nimrod could at least go off. So at least I get 10 power. So shit happens. You know, I had a strategy, but my opponent had a strategy too. So yeah, that's the thing. He's playing Galactus Knull, or essentially he's playing Galactus, and he has Knull in it, obviously, right? So I got my Nimrods. So I'm just thinking. I'm like, yeah, I could do some more destruction, because if I draw my Knull, at least he'll be stronger. Right here, you gain all this power from all the other cards being destroyed. Now some extra, 10 extra power would be helpful. And he filled up his board. I'm like, okay, hopefully that's a lot of weak power, so I can just flat out win. It's my Jubilee. It's like, oh no, that could have been my Knull. And then he Venom. I'm like, ah, damn it, he's gonna have space. And it's like, okay. And it's like, oh, he's gonna Knull. He's definitely playing Knull, because he wouldn't do all that unless he plays Knull. Then I draw my Knull. I drop my Knull. So it's like, all right, well, more like he's gonna drop his Knull. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. Like, if he Shang-Chi's, that'd be a nice play. But it's like, no, he knows. Now, if he played Shang-Chi, he would have won that. But he didn't, so I won that. So we out there congratulating each other for playing the same strategy.